Hi guys, Rhonda Winstead here with you. Okay, we are now on video 3 of this process that I've been talking about of, finding our style, of being ourselves, journal keeping in our own way. I don't know exactly what you want to call it, but that's kind of my process, is just looking at and talking about and coming up with something that I'm hoping will work for me, and maybe you'll get some ideas that might work for you too. So let's go ahead and continue. I'm actually this video we're actually going to create a journal. Create a journal from our list. So I decided to just slap the things in that I like instead of writing them all down. Okay. And I'll have the links for video number 2 and video number 1 if you want to go through and review those and see everything that I've talked about. But basically, what I have come up with, some of the things that surprised me were that I have actually kind of gone off brown paper bags. I've used them, I've loved them, I've done things with them for years. And so that was kind of like, wow, that's weird. Another thing is, I don't like too much lace. I like some lace, but I don't like it to be gaudy for me. And these are things that are for me. That doesn't mean that they're not beautiful and it's not amazing. And if that's something that you enjoy, then absolutely, just keep enjoying it. Keep doing what you like to do. These are just thoughts that I'm working through to help me be a better journal keeper anyway. And another thing that I don't really care for are the wraparound ties. The things, it looks pretty, but it's impractical and it's kind of irritating to me. And the other thing that I found is that I really don't enjoy working in a really large journal. And another thing is, I don't really like a whole bunch of tags. That's not as fun for me. And the reason being is that you have a much smaller space to write on with a tag, the back of a tag. I like them, and but I don't like them overdone. Okay, so the things that I like, I've added since the last we visited. I've added doilies. When I say doilies, I'm talking about more of the cloth, the crocheted doilies, not necessarily the paper doilies. I like the looks of paper doilies, but I don't necessarily like to work on them. Oh, you know what? This is going to shock you and me too. I just thought of this one. Tim Holtz people. That one really kind of shocks me, because I do like seeing those people on tags, but you know what? I hardly ever use them. I have a whole booklet of Tim Holtz, nothing but Tim Holtz people, and I've rarely used any of them. So there must be something to that that's keeping me from doing that. So I'm not saying this dislike isn't necessarily honestly, I guess, a dislike, but it is I don't use them. And do I want to use them? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. So, okay. Hankies, handkerchiefs. I used to use them in all of my journals on the covers and part of my layering. Take the lace and take the hanky, and and I still love to do that, along with the bits and pieces of the crochet doilies. And then fabrics, quilting fabrics mainly, but other fabrics, if they fit. Just kind of a combination. Lace, paper, fabric. If you've got all three of these and you add a little bit of this, you've got a perfect layering system, in my opinion. I like it. And then I also have added layered tags. They take more time, and sometimes they can be irritating for me to make because they take more time. But a layered tag, I think, is very beautiful. And so when I take the time to do it, I love it. And then, of course, washi tapes. I still have a lot of washi tape that I'm keeping. And just a little update for those of you that have been supporters of my Etsy shop. I thank you so much. That's so sweet of you. And I will be getting back to my shop, but I'm waiting until I get back from my vacation. And I'm waiting to see what next in my cancer situation, what next we might do or try or whatever, before I get back to that. I just want to make sure that I have the time and I'm healthy and all of that, but it'll be coming. So trims, that could be little bits of lace, it could be rickrack, it could be, any kind of trim type of situation. I like to use a variety of those types of things. And I love a good library card, that's been kind of decorated a little bit. I think those are fun, and I haven't used those for quite some time. Some of these I haven't used for a while, and yet I really do enjoy them. Okay, going to my list here, and these are pretty much listed here. And then I have yarns and trims. So with the trims, I also have several decorative yarns and different things like eyelash trim and, that are fun to use. So I use those. And then quilt blocks. Sometimes I just want to paper piece something or make a fun little quilt block that I want to incorporate in a journal. Those take more time, so I don't do that all the time, but it's something I enjoy. Fabric ruffles, I love those, and paper ruffles, I love those as well. Paper ruffles, I'm thinking more in terms of like the pattern paper, tissue paper that when you buy a sewing pattern, how it's that flimsy tissue paper, brownish kind of, at least what I buy. Those make great ruffles. And then small booklets. Those are always fun to put in. Small little booklets. And then I have a whole range of papers that I like to use. Dictionary, music, graph, tea-dyed, old book, foreign, other, and tissue papers. So that is a basic list of mostly yays, a few nays, but this could always change. But for now, let's help me put together, I want to put together a journal that I can start doing something with. So, oh, you know what? I didn't put on here, digitals. What am I thinking? Okay. So, I'm going to put this on pause and I'm going to collect some of these papers and then we shall just get started. Okay, I have just pulled a bunch of papers that I have sitting around and I'm not sure. One thing that I don't know is how many to put, how many sheets of paper to put in a journal. The idea is that I am going to use this, I'm going to work in it, and I will just continue until it's full, and then I'll put it away and I'll make another one, and etc., etc. So I've got here some coffee dyed paper. I have some avocado dyed paper. I have some tissue paper. That's very much like glassine. Love that. I have this I think is very cool. This is a map. Here's some dictionary paper. I don't know what I was doing here. Obviously something. Obviously I was doing something. You know how you start something but you don't necessarily keep going with it. But maybe. We'll see. But I certainly don't need a bunch. And when it's thin like this, do I want to... No, I don't think I do. Hey, here's a question for you guys. Should I put it together? Should I bind it so that it is what it is and I don't get loosey-goosey about it? Or should I keep it loosey-goosey until I get it done and then bind it? Let's think on that. Here's a possible paper we can use. It's an old order form. These are always good. These are out of a music book, an old, kind of being torn apart, but this color, isn't that fabulous? These are beautiful. So let's see. We'll do like one of everything, and then we'll kind of, downsize. So let's do, okay, let's see, is this together? No. Well, let's just keep, maybe these are all separate. Okay, these are all separate pages, so I'll do 2. We can put that together. That's not a problem. Quentin Durward, Ward, in a different language. Have no idea. We can take a look. This is from an old type manual. That could be fun. And here's an old, from a ledger sheet, from a memo or ledger book that I have. That could be good. Receipts, maybe we'll set those aside. I love these papers. Love, love, love. This old vintage stuff. But I also might want to use some of this for covering pages and whatnot too. Let's see. Well, let's put one of those. Maybe this one. Well, well, I don't know. Oh, and this is fabulous. Duh. How fabulous are these? Oh. These came from Roxy Creations in a pack. Some of these fabuloso, and this is very cool. This is rag paper. Very cool. Although I'm not crazy about the bug. I'm not really a bug girl. I don't mind a bumblebee, you know, kind of a cute bumblebee. And I don't mind, I guess, an occasional, let's see, I think we've got enough. And that's the inside, you know, of a bigger book. A fly paper, not a fly paper. What are those? End papers? I don't remember. Anyway, you know what I'm talking about. That could be okay. And we definitely want a music sheet. Well, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If we do this one, maybe we'll set that aside because we've already got a music sheet. 11, 12, 13, 4. We've already got too many, even without opening this and looking at these ledger papers and whatnot. That's okay. We don't have to do it all. We don't have to put everything in one journal. Let's go ahead and I give us all permission to set aside some of these delightful goodies. Oh, I didn't even look at these. Oh, this is harder to set aside. Oh, and I'll have to add to my list of papers, I also love vellum. This is a coffee dyed vellum. Well, okay, we're just not gonna look at that. We're just gonna go, oh, we're gonna sigh and move it along. Okay, now let's just go ahead and take that folder, move that out of the way. So, a normal size journal. Oh, and I have all these glassine bags. I was like, I've got to have one of every one of my glassine bags, but I don't. We'll just set those aside. We're trying to go simple, guys. I don't have a cover for this one. Now this could make a nice cover. Let's measure this. See what size this is already. Oh, there's 12. I know Gail loves 9 by 12, and that's what this size is. And that, I think, is a pretty good size. Okay, this is 8 by 5.5, so by 11. So if I make a cover that's 9 by 12, these normal size papers will fit in perfectly. So let's do that. Gil, I'm copying you, girlfriend. Okay, so I'm going to trim just a little bit of that off. Simply because it's kind of rough and a little more difficult maybe to work with. Okay. And for now, let's just fold it. We'll work with, you know, making it into a pretty cover in a little bit. Okay, so basically I want the size to go in here. And if I don't want to measure, which, I don't know, do we want to measure? Do we? Don't we? I don't know. let's just keep it fun. Let's kind of not worry about measuring so much. Okay, that'll fit inside. And let's just rip that, and we will cut this last little bit, and we'll keep our extra there. And obviously this is too wide. We'll worry about that in a minute. Or I guess we could worry about it now. We could worry about it now. Okay, so let's do something like that-ish. And we'll just kind of just kind of doing, guys. And actually, I know this sounds crazy, but I'm actually really excited to go through this process and do these pages. So now these are bigger. These are almost 12 and almost 9. So we will adjust as we need to. Not sure about 2 of them. We'll go ahead here. Oh. And we must I just printed these out, and this is Roxy Creations Journal Pages Kit number 1. So I am going to give us a page or 2 of those as well. Not going to do too much, just maybe a couple. We can always add more if we need to. But I want to keep this manageable so that I'll actually, I'll actually work in it. I am actually pretty excited, like I mentioned. This is technically a lot easier than what I'm making it, I think. But let's just do. Oh, there we go again. Okay. Do as I say, not as I do. And you could print on both sides, of course. This can be coffee dyed. Let's take a look at these others and see what else. Ooh, that's really pretty. Like that blue. And these others, these get a little bit lighter. I've got some duplicates in here as well. Let's go ahead and do let's do this and this one. And we shall put this back. Okay. So, and you can cut these, you can tear them. Oh, man, I'm good at this. Man, I'm really good at this. You guys are pretty jealous, I can tell already. Super, super fun. Oh, I can't even begin to tell you how happy I just feel. Oh, I just feel happy. I'm just glad to be alive, guys. Glad to be alive. Glad to be here with you. Glad to yeah. So much fun. Okie dokie. So there's that. Here's a coffee dyed one. Don't know that it matters which way we put it. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and our cover. I don't know. Let's do this one. Love this. Let's see. What does this measure? Okay, 8 3/4 by, there's 12. Okay, we'll take a little bit off this one. Let's just kind of take some off. Which way? Actually, it's this way, isn't it? It goes like that. So, let's do it this way. So how are you? Have you even been thinking about your journaling? Have you do you love what you're doing? Is it what's working for you? I'd sure love to hear your thoughts and comments. I know that there's no one perfect way to do anything, not really, and we all have such different personalities, different styles, different everythings, and that's what makes life fun. I'm taking off this rough edge. It's got a bunch of hard glue on the page. Okay. That's going to be a fun page. I like that. That's fun. Okay, and then we have this that was already prepared. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I think Gail, when she does her, she goes for approximately 15-ish. And I've done different ones myself. I've done as little as 10 and as many as like 20-ish. So let's see. Here's our music page. Now, it's almost 12. It's probably, and almost 9. So we can go ahead and just fold this page. We may trim some down on that as well. This will be a fun one. Let's go ahead and add that. And I love this rag paper. This is fabulous. But I don't love the, let's see, the bug. I don't love that bug. There's 6. 6 will be too wide. And if I do both of these, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to tear around my frame. All around the frame, and then we'll put these pages back together. Ugh, really don't like that bug. How about if we start here? Okay. Okay. now let's see. That is 5 3/4. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead. We'll tear that off, but then we'll bring it back together shorter, and then that will make this 5 and less than 5 1/2. So that will make that work well. Okay. Oh, this rag paper is so cool, you guys. Seriously, this is amazing stuff. This is very, very cool. Do I want that on the front? Anyway, okay. Got to work with that. And, okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Oops. I think I'm going to do this. A page this way. And let's move that. So we have these two left. All right, let's give this a try. Let's just kind of put it together, and then we will call this video good. I'm excited to start on this. I don't know where to start. I think a smaller page, and then a larger one. Let's see. Let's maybe do. Whoops, don't run away. I have my fan on and it's blowing some of my lighter papers away. Let's do this one. Well, if I could get it open, that would be helpful. Okay, so there's that. And then let's go there, and here, and I did 2 of these, didn't I? Let's do 1, and do another smaller one. So here, I think I'm gonna do this, and I still have to tape that together. I will do that, but I want to get the format first. And then we want to do this one, and then maybe this one, and there's so much to choose from. There's so many that we can pick. We can pick so many. Let's do another one of those. And let's do this one. And music page. And this, and this, and we need this to go somewhere. Let's plop that in. Maybe here. Okay, so let's see, does that all fit in my cover? It does, with a little bit of adjusting. Not to worry on this video, I'm not going to worry about that. Okay, let's take a peek, see. Just as a base journal to do my own whatevering. And like here, I'll probably, you know, do something like this. Stagger these so that it's a little more interesting. Okay. And then obviously this will be washi taped, or I'll stitch a piece of paper or fabric to that to tie those together. I might cut this down just a smidgen as well. Love these. Okay. And then we've got a bit of a pocket here. Okay. All right, guys, I'm going to call this a video. Thank you for joining me. Ugh. Seriously. It's driving me nuts. Oh, golly sakes. Excuse me. Oh, my hair's flying all over now. Thank you so much. So when I do another video on this, they'll be put together. Whoops. I'm going to go ahead and sew it together. And then we will, I'm going to see about adding a little bit of a calendar or something. Not sure I'll do that, but then we'll be ready to kind of play and do some fun things. And hopefully, you know, you're going through this process, and if nothing else, that you're making something that brings you joy. Thank you for joining me. I love you guys. You're amazing, and I appreciate your support. You guys are just, you know, you're neater than gum. All right, until next video, bye-bye. Have a fabulous day. Bye-bye now.